For a free rate quote, visit geico.com to see how much you could save. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
PM show nationwide, coast to coast. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Michael Horn. That's the great Fred Dreyer. Yes, the Ram, the New York Giant, the giant among actors on Hunter. The man is a tall man, by the way. I consider myself tall, and I have to look up to him. And a lot of Americans are looking up to him these days because we are making some statements here that are common sense and need to be made about politics and this balanced budget thing. And so, getting back here to the show, we've heard from John Boehner, we've heard from Democrat from North Dakota, Ken Conrad, we heard from President Barack Obama. Steve Wynn, the restaurant and hotelier in Las Vegas, the man who builds these great hotels in Las Vegas, says Obama is bad for business. That was just before the break. Let's get one more soundbite here from Steve Wynn. He continues talking about our current President, Barack Obama.
Well, this is Obama's deal. And it's Obama that's responsible for this fear in America. The guy keeps making speeches about redistribution. And maybe we ought to do something to businesses that don't invest, they're holding too much money. You know, we haven't heard that kind of talk except from pure socialists.
And I might say that it is very well expected. You can hear more of it coming. As I said before, my criticism is you have a terrorist in the White House. He is as lethal as Muhammad Atta was on 9/11 in the cockpit of that airplane.
Whoa!
To hit the North Tower. He's got 300 plus a million, 300 million Americans strapped in, and he's going to fly this country right into the Statue of Liberty, and he's on course to do it. And unless somebody in the Republican Party, like Steve Wynn said, comes up and labels him a danger. You know, it's one thing to say we disagree with the president and to be have a protocol of how you handle and talk. That's all acceptable. But you have to now start breaking how you talk to the American people. You've got to be able to speak to them in a way that reaches them and bypasses the media. You can't address. I made a comment the other day to a friend of mine. I said, the liberals talk directly to their fan base. They talk directly, and the media allows that to happen without criticism. The Republicans are talking to the media and asking permission to speak, and so the gatekeepers to freedom are the Republicans themselves in their cowardice, in how they are frightened and held hostage by the left.
They got to cut through it. They got to talk directly to the people.
Yeah, they've got to talk to the people the right way. They got to tell the left to shut up and sit down and get out of the way and turn the country back over to responsible adults.
Last guy to do that, Ronald Reagan. There you go again. He would tell people, he'd call them on it when they were. There you go again.
My favorite thing about Ronald Reagan is he steps off the helicopter, comes down, and the press are yelling at him about Contra,
right?
ContraGate.
Iran Contra.
And he puts his hand to his ear, goes, "What? I can't hear you." And he walks into the White House. He just stroked these guys and ostensibly just said, "You're not running the country. You're not talking to the American people. I am, and I'm going to talk to them the right way." And he winds up being Time Magazine's Man of the Year, where young people looked up to him. It's because of how he talked to the American people. We do not have that in politics today.
No, we don't have it anywhere today. Steve Wynn is trying to get through to that. He has one more comment on our economy.
And I am a Democratic businessman. I support Harry Reid. I support Democrats and Republicans. And I'm telling you that the business community in this country is frightened to death of the weird political philosophy of the President of the United States. And until he's gone, everybody's going to be sitting on their thumbs.
Why can't a Republican candidate, let's just pick one. How about
Rick Perry?
How about Rick Perry and Romney? Why can't they come out and just say it
exactly
and criticize him for his behavior?
I don't know. They won't stay. They won't just step up and say it. They're like
sound bites. They're held hostage by the liberal media.
And there's a soundbite. We just played it, and that's a soundbite from Steve Wynn. Now,
Steve Wynn.
He mentioned Harry Reid. Here's Harry Reid.
The Senate has no more important task than making sure the United States continues to pay our bills for pre-existing obligations like Social Security. And because of that, we're going to stay in session every day, including Saturdays and Sundays, until Congress passes legislation that prevents the United States from defaulting on our obligations.
I loathe him. He's Himmler to me. He really is. His relationship to his party affiliation
He's there.
is a propagandist and a liar and a manipulator. I believe he rigged his own election.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I believe he did, and I think he's the enemy of the state. And if I were running for an office today, I would investigate him and I would call him out. And go right at him. I would expose him to the American people. You can call that being mean-spirited when you go after the truth. Would it be mean-spirited if I defended myself when someone came through my window at 4 a.m?
Yeah,
if I picked a shotgun up
That
and
would
blew
be
his ass through the
mean-spirited.
window,
Yeah,
would I be mean-spirited?
that'd be
Would I be
mean-spirited.
intolerant? Would I be insensitive? Well, under the definition of the left, a proper behavior and responsibility is deemed evil if it's not in conjunction and coercion with the left.
Okay, Representative Paul Ryan, the Republican from Wisconsin, he doesn't share Harry Reid's views.
42 cents out of every dollar coming out of Washington, it's borrowed money. Let's take a look at where it's coming from.
Good Lord.
We're borrowing it, 47% of it, from other countries. China, number one.
Wow.
Mr. Speaker, you can't have sovereignty, self-determination as a country if we're relying on other governments to cash flow half of our deficit.
That's a powerful
this is the
42
root,
cents of every dollar is
This
borrowed.
is the root spine. This is the root. This is the spine of what every Republican candidate should be talking about.
Right.
And the one that is the candidate for the Republican Party for president in the 3 speeches, the 3 debates that they're going to have, must speak this way with facts. Kill him with
Facts.
his own
With facts.
sword.
Exactly.
He is destroying the country. It's one thing to talk about who the guy is. It's another thing to say this is what he's done.
Kill him with
These
the
are
sound
facts.
bites. Get the sound bites, right?
Destroy him with sound bites. Just kill him with the facts, and just simply say, look, if you want this country to come back, vote for me. If you want to give it away, vote for him.
But nobody is saying that, Fred. That's the whole problem.
Nobody
It's
will.
very
either.
depressing.
Nobody's going to either.
The guy that does has a chance to win.
Here's my big concern. My concern is that this time around a Republican candidate will fall short, and Obama will get reelected, and it'll be too late. It'll just be too late.
Located just 30 minutes from Los Angeles, Malibu Wine's Tasting Room invites you to taste from a selection of award-winning wines harvested and produced from local estate vineyards. Nestled high above the Malibu coast